Hello, my name is Stephanie Rivera, and I am the author of both of these books, Crash Course into Gardening, Book 1 and Book 2, From Seed to Harvest. I am so excited about these books, and I believe in them so much. I started gardening in 2018. My first garden was not a very good one. But after doing my research and learning about all the things that I was doing wrong, I found and figured out how to do the right things. Both of these books together are a trove of information that I have been piling and compiling and designing into a book for. I started my research and everything about 6 years ago, but I started writing these books about 2.5 years ago. In Crash Course into Gardening, Book 1, I'm going to teach you how to garden, how to get started. We're going to talk about growing zones, we're going to talk about soil and watering and fertilizing and pests and pest control and garden maintenance and season extension, and we're going to talk about the plants. I will be introducing you to 10 plant families. Most of the plants I'm probably sure that you're well aware of. But did you know that specific plants were categorized into different plant families? I want to open my book to the table of contents. Now, for example, let's say that you wanted to learn more about soil. Come to the table of contents. Soil is Chapter 2, page 37. Here's the first page of Chapter 2. Talking about soil. Let me flip ahead a little bit. Here are 6 different types of soil. We have 2 full pages on compost and, the information on just soil and soil-like things. It just keeps going on. Now let's say I wanted more information on seed starting. We go to the table of contents and we find seed starting, Chapter 6, page 101. Seed starting has its own chapter, Chapter 6. We're going to go over seed starting indoors and outdoors and in a greenhouse. We're going to talk about the difference in seed and starts. Starting from seed, buying plant starts, common seed starting issues, and how to resolve them. I mean, this book is just awesome, and I know that I am biased because, I wrote and designed, and all the photos in this book here are mine. There are a couple that I did outsource, and all the pictures for that are labeled in the book underneath the photo, and also in the copyright page. Now, let's say I had a question about what is bone meal? Well, I would go to the back of the book at the index. Yeah, I wrote that too. It's harder than you think it is. Bone meal. Blood meal, fish emulsion, coffee and tea grounds, page 52. So all of these are all grouped together, telling me they're all on the same page 52. We're also going to talk about maintaining your garden. So Book 1, Crash Course into Gardening, is all about gardening. Everything that you need to know, the knowledge that'll carry you through the years. In fact, my tagline for this book is, Your Complete Guide to Growing a Garden from Scratch and the Knowledge to Carry You Through the Years. This is Crash Course into Gardening, Book 2, From Seed to Harvest. And as a distinguishing factor, yes, they both do have the same name because it's a series. It's a gardening series, which I do intend and plan on adding on to. So I'm working on the trademark right now, Crash Course into Gardening. I'm going to have that trademarked, and that's mine. That's going to be mine. So we'll have Crash Course into Gardening, everything you need to know about it. From Seed to Harvest. And like I said, I intend on elaborating and growing this. In Book 2, From Seed to Harvest, I'm going to teach you how to grow over 120 plants from seed to harvest. Yeah. In this book, we're taking a hard dive into those plant families. In Book 1, I did cover and go over the plant families, and here I teach you exactly how to grow every single plant in the plant family, all in one book. It's very helpful. Let me pose a question for you. Do you ever ask Google, how do you grow thyme from seed? How do you grow tomatoes? How long do they take to be ready until harvest? How do you grow beans? Are there different types of beans? Well, I have the answers to all of those questions and more in this book, From Seed to Harvest. We're going to open to the table of contents. Now this book is not laid out like the other. It is not chapter 1, chapter 2. We don't have chapters. I guess you can call them chapters if you absolutely want to, but I didn't chapter them. So first, let's call them sections. Your first section is the introduction, okay? And then let's talk about plants. Types of plants and how they're eaten and used. Now that sounds familiar, doesn't it? So the first, I don't know, let's say 20 pages or so is kind of a overview, or it's kind of an overview of book 1. So I do go into the plant families on both of them, but since I elaborate much more, obviously I wanted to start out the book. Let's say you didn't read this book. Let's say you chose not to purchase this and you just wanted this one. We're going to start talking over the plant families again. I want you to understand really what they are, understand the different factors, annuals and biannuals, and perennials, right? GMO and non-GMO and organic and all that stuff. We're going to go over all of that again. And then, I skipped one page just a little too far. Okay. And then each section starts with the name of the plant family. And now we are going to talk about plant families. What are plant families? Well, let's talk about them. Our first section in the plant families would be the rooting vegetables. Now, no, that's not a plant family, but they are commonly grouped together plants, so I put them in the same section. How to grow carrots. Who knew there was that much information about growing carrots? So I give you some information, give you some facts, fun facts. Everybody loves fun facts, they're fun. And I'm telling you about how carrots can be finicky, how to get them to germinate, when to harvest, how to harvest, and how to store carrots and how long they store for. Here we have radishes and beets, okay? And it goes on and it continues. We're in the brassicas now. There's lettuce, different types of lettuces, the umbellifier family. So we are diving into plant families. Let's see here in the back. We're talking about melons and pumpkins. The nightshade family, tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, potatoes. Did you know? The Scoville pepper scale. I feel like it's important to know how hot your pepper is going to be if you're going to be growing peppers. So I put that in there. And I did get the Scoville hot pepper chart here. I downloaded this from Adobe Stock. See, so any photos in here that are not mine are labeled. And any photos not labeled are mine. And there's tomatoes, different varieties of tomatoes, tomato plant support, how to different trellises. Oh, I skipped. Oh, and on to fruits. Even common garden flowers. That's at the index. Isn't that a beautiful picture of calendula? Well, there you have it. You just had a sneak peek of both of my books, Crash Course into Gardening, Book 1, and From Seed to Harvest. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description. My books are for sale right now on Amazon. As of now, I do only have the paper book option. I chose not to do the ebook this time. I am currently in the process of seeing what I could do to have, well, honestly, a little bit better quality of the books. Now, I am self-published through KDP, and I'm just not crazy about the quality that I have received, and I've ordered 2 sets of books. So I am looking to have my book printed locally. If I can get it printed locally at a reasonable price, I will then be ordering a bunch of books. I will start an order form, and what I would really love to know is how many of you are interested in ordering your books directly from me. Not from Amazon, but directly from me. Leave a comment down below. Please let me know. I am so excited to have these books in print and ready to sell, and I am just over the moon ecstatic about it. So if you are a beginner gardener, a new gardener, maybe you've been gardening for a little while, maybe you've done it in the past and kind of gave up because you killed some plants, it happens. And let me tell you something real quick. The road to gardening is paved in dead plants. You're gonna kill plants, so don't let that stop you. You don't need a green thumb to be a gardener. You just gotta know what to do. Knowledge is power. You heard that before? Like I said, I'm going to leave a link down below in the description, and please leave a comment. Let me know, would you like to order a book directly from me? I could probably end up doing a better price also than what is on Amazon, because they require a certain price point per page. It's kind of how it works. Please like this video so that YouTube pushes our video out into the algorithm and more people can find it. I want to teach as many people to garden as I possibly can. And you can help with that by sharing and liking this video. And if you're not already, please consider subscribing to Hollow Acres Homestead. I post to YouTube at minimum every other day, and then every day on the weekends. Instagram is much more sporadic. We also have a Facebook group, Hollow Acres Homestead, also much more sporadic. And if you're looking for some tips into gardening and maybe even some recipes to cook in the kitchen, come on over to hollowacreshomestead.com. All the links will be down below in the description. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and listening to what I had to say about my books. I am so very excited. I've said that so many times, but I am. We'll see you next time.